Hi everybody, Brett back altitude scale modeling with another Sprue review. Got this in the mail from New Zealand. I'm sure you can tell what it is just by the box it came in. But let's open her up and see. Very nicely packaged, all the way from New Zealand with no problems at all. So, in the box, right on top, you get a very nice print of the box art. And of course, this is the 32nd scale BF 109K-4 from Kotare. Been waiting for this for a while. Looking forward to it. Better if I got all in a shot, huh? So, 3 schemes. Bunch of different things to say about it. There's a little bit of story about the aircraft. Well, it runs across the whole thing. No, it doesn't. It just goes right there. Anyway, hopefully you can freeze it and read it. And let's get to the bench and open it up and take a look. All right, let's get this box open, shall we? 1/32 here. Give you a better look at what it says here about the kit and about the BF 109. It does go all the way across. Zoom out a little bit. That's about all I can zoom out. You can freeze it and read it. All right, so let's get into this box, shall we? Opens up nicely. Got, I think this is with just the pre-release, pre-orders, exhaust and shields. Clear parts. 1, 2, 3, 4 sprues. Big sheet of decals. Big book of directions. So let's get started with this one, shall we? Starting with some wings. All right. If you've got their Spitfires or seen their Spitfires or anything, you know their detail is outstanding. If you have any of the old wing nut wing kits, pretty much the same thing. Good panel line detail, rivet detail on the access hatch. More rivet detail on the bottom of the wings. And it's raised, domed. Some screw detail. You can see it's got the bulges there because they use the bigger tires. There. It's part of the wheel well. No ejector pin marks inside. Landing gear leg. More parts to the wheel wells. More landing gear legs. Up here we've got landing gear doors. Looks like we've got ailerons, or slats, sorry. Forward slats, open and closed. Underside, a little bit of detail. Not much gets on those parts, but you get, here's the important part. No ejector pin marks. No ejector pin marks. And here it wouldn't matter because this is going to be against the bottom of the wing. And your slats. You can have them deployed open or closed. All right. Next we'll do the fuselage. Fuselage sprue. It's got the cockpit parts, exhaust, everything else you'd need. Wing spar right there. And again, nice panel line detail, rivet detail. See the screws for that access port. Screws for that access port. Detail goes all around. Control parts, surfaces, throttle, control stick, fuel line. The other part of the fuselage. Here's that's the floor of the cockpit. This is one of the side walls. The other side wall. Seat. Exhaust. Hollowed out a little bit. Inside, a little bit of detail. Not really any on this side. Part of the back of the fuselage where the canopy is going to go. It's like two different ones of those, open and closed maybe. All right, prop and stuff. All right, shut your props, shut your horizontal stabilizers, vertical stabilizers, your rudder, your elevators. Bottom of the engine cowl, right there. Wheel hubs, flat spotted tires. Here's your fabric rudder, horizontal stabilizers, more cowl, intake, vents. There's any PE in this kit, but I didn't look yet, so there may be. The other horizontal stabilizer, the other rudder. So you have two different kinds of rudders. Oops, sorry. Instrument panel for late. I like how they do that, in case you can't read upside down. There's the late parts. That must make these the early parts, even though it doesn't say. So maybe this whole side here is late, and this whole side here is early. That's just my thought. Because that would make sense considering they're molded like that. It's interesting. Looks like the sprue gates can be closed here to keep plastic from running in or out. Here's the prop. No flash, of course. I didn't show the other side very well. And then one last big sprue, or one last sprue period. So your fuel tank, your guns, your tail wheel, controls, more controls, weights, vents, spinner. Here's the actual seat. Sorry, saying the other one was seat with and without belts, and I like how they did the belts. Control surfaces, flaps, and ailerons. Positionable. The tail wheel can either be retracted or not, depending on the version and such. Antennas. Your fuel tank. Here's what I was saying about the seat belts. You can see they're slide molded. Detail on both sides, so you don't have to do anything except paint them. And you can paint them, the back part of them, without the seat in place. Flaps, landing gear legs. Don't see any seam. I see a brake line. Beautiful. There's the pylon for mounting the fuel tank. And the other side, basically your other side, back side. So there's all that. Clear parts, of course they're going to be perfect. That's the way to put on a front canopy, so it's attached to the fuselage, so you don't have to worry about that seam. So these are two closed ones, and then you have two open ones. You can guess an armored glass and not armored glass, or different variants, but they're perfect. And they're not very thick, but they're perfect. Gun sight. I'm thinking this is your gun sight. Lights, there's your armored cover and your armored headrest. Okay. Got away so it doesn't get hurt. I do plan on building this soon after I finish the Focke-Wulf, the Phantom. I got one more jet to do. All right, what do we got in here? So, you got a little card showing you how it should look, and then how to put it in. And there you go. Perfect 3D printed parts. Like I said, I think these are with the pre-orders. I'm not 100% sure. And I did buy this kit, it wasn't given to me. Decals. I guess I'm right, there's no photo etch in this kit, which isn't a big deal, because there will be some coming down the line, of course. So, you've got your German markings, your captured American markings over the German markings, and some stencils, and then actually some camouflage decals for, looks like, the rudder. Nice touch. Most of us will paint them, but it's still a nice touch. Your one German marking is all broken up. And actually this one's broken up too, so I'm thinking it lays over something like the flaps or the ailerons. For your spinner. These are cartograph decals. Designed in Ireland, printed by Cartograph in Italy. So you know they're going to be amazing. Now, part of the kit gets everybody's attention with both Kotare and ones before it. The instruction book. It's more like a manual of the 109K-4 than it is anything else. So, all about the aircraft. Everything you need to know. And you start your decals, sprue maps, your guide. What if I turn it this way? Take some of that glare off. Maybe a little. Sprue maps, I'm guessing you're not using the blue parts because you're using the late parts. A couple there you're not using. Paint callouts, Tamiya, SMS, Mr. Hobby Acrylic, Mr. Color Lacquer, Mr. Paint Lacquer, Atom Acrylic, AK Gen 3 Acrylic. It does not have real colors on here, which is fine. I can figure it out. Cockpit decal guide, which oh, there they are. I didn't see the instruments, but there they all are right there. So your decal placement for your instrument panel. More decals for the inside. paint guide for the cockpit, very detailed. So you've got the little drop. What I do is make a copy of this page and hang it up beside me so I know I don't have to keep flipping back and forth. So there's A all the way down. So it's giving you a very detailed color guide, as you would expect from them. Then it goes into the assembly. All the parts of the assembly. The only real concern I have is that fuel line that we're all used to. Did the K not have a clear fuel line? Because this doesn't have a clear fuel line. You have to look it up and see. Then the floor, actually that's not the floor, that's the top, where the combing would be. You put all the cockpit together and you're putting it inside. Again, painting guides. Do you want your tail wheel up or down? It's going to show you how to do that. Some sanding maybe to get the part to sit flush. It's nice they tell you that. Make sure you read these. Both halves together, you drill out a couple holes. Which one of these you want to use for open or closed canopy, as I said. Or just the combing should sit slightly proud of the fuselage sides. Okay, it's telling you that. A picture of the real one, a picture of the real one. Fuselage exterior continued. There's no engine in this, but I'm sure Edward will have a K4 engine available if you choose to go down that route. Elevator. The sprue call out says you're not using that one, so you don't have to choose. Rudder. Trim tab. Control rod. Tail section continued. Doors for the tail wheel if you're using them, open or closed. Wing spar. Into the wings. Wheel wells. More drilling. Slats up or down, your choice. Yours up, yours down. Or as they say, retracted deployed. Wings going on. Radiators and the venting. And I'm sure, like I said, Edward will come out with P and stuff for this, or so will Quinta and probably Red Dog. So if you want to wait for the aftermarket parts, it shouldn't take too long. Flaps and ailerons. Again, nice pictures. Darker shadow lines where the panel lines were filled, as well as oversprayed wingtip joint tape. Pay attention if you want to do that. This is your landing gear and your tires and wheels and the angle you should be at and the antenna. And it's explaining all this stuff. You got your regular wheels for retracted, flat spotted wheels for down. Your exhaust. You're going to replace that with the PE or the 3D printed one, of course, probably. You've got the Marine aerial. That's the mounting plate for that, which goes right there. It's got a clear bit. Transparencies and gun sights. Rigging for open or closed. Open, closed, again. Canopy restraining wire, rigging display not included, but shows you how to put it. Some more pictures of the real one, the crashed one. More aerials. More aerials, and then explaining how to put the wire on. Rigging material not included, it says 0.05 millimeters. So with the antenna, without the antenna, just the hook. Fuel tank. Main undercarriage retracting jacks. I didn't see any guns in this. Then your stencil call out. And then more stencils. This explains one of the box art ones. There you go. You've got Black 28 from January 1945 as a scheme. There's 2 pictures. You've got Adolf Borchers, Tab 3, April to May 1945. Very nice scheme. Very nice. And it's going to have a story about the whole thing and pictures. And you've got the captured one from May to June 1945 and how it got captured and what happened to it, because apparently it didn't end well. And Yellow 5 as a bonus. And all about it as well. And then some more actual pictures. More about the Kotare team. And you're done. If you need to order some damaged parts, contact them there. Sorry, contact them there. They will help you out. There you have it. Kotare's new 132 Messerschmitt BF 109K-4. Here's the print of the box art again. Beautiful. I don't know if this is also a pre-order or not. I would think so, since it didn't come in the box. So, looks like a beautiful K4. We don't have many of those out. Definitely not this new. So sit your ass to the bench. Order one of these from your local hobby shop or directly from Kotare. They shipped it, took 5 days after they shipped it to get here. So it did not take long. Thanks for watching. Enjoy your hobby. Bye for now.